Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Chrono X here, and welcome back to the Welcome back to the Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. In the last part, we ended up getting into Dragon Roost Island, end up finding out what is really going down with the wonderful Dragon Valoo, and up finding the first pearl that we're supposed to get. Except the prince won't give it to us because he wants us to go and prove our worth and trying to figure out the problem with Valoo. And in this part, we're finally going to take on the first dungeon, Dragon Roost Cavern, which has wonderful two dragons, conveniently here. I love this green moss statue here. It kind of looks like that somebody was here before, but not prior. Now the thing about Wind Waker's dungeons is that sometimes when I first played this, I didn't think this was a dungeon. I thought this was just a regular thing, a regular place. But no, it really is a dungeon. As we can see here, we also see something that looks kind of almost like Medley's harp, but it's that thing that was on top of the dragons. Anyways, we don't really got new anything. These enemies are the same that we just fought. Like, most of the enemies you're going to fight here are always going to be bokoblins, because why not? And occasionally, these are actually called Deku Sticks. And the reason you can tell is Deku Sticks because it ends up having the same exact properties as, Deku Sticks in the original, in Legend of Zelda Majora and OOT. Now you go ahead and just throw them and go about your business. Now, since this game is... Now, you should always have one key, because I've noticed that after Majora's Mask, every single dungeon you should always have at least one key, because you're always going to use said key for the next locked door. And this has been started ever since Wind Waker, and it continues on to Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword. Now, as you can see here, the wonderful place that is the Dragon Roost Cavern, which is nothing but lava and all that other nonsense, because, it ends up having, like, its bunch of lava motif. Yeah, we're getting the lava stuff out of the way. Also, be careful for the pillars. Also, the ropes that you see here, you can knock them off. I mean, you can't cut them, not knock them off. That's stupid. And you don't want to do that because the bridge can break. Also, if you use a bomb, you'll also end up breaking them. Wow, I thought that... Whoa, watch it, Link. I do not want you to go ahead and roll off the edge. You don't want to go ahead and burn your butt now, do you? Now, the ones that have the metal platings on them, you can't break. But if you go ahead and throw a bomb on this, I'll show you. Let me try that again. It also ends up having the whole weight thing too. Okay, you know what? I forget, I'm wasting time. Let's just keep going. So we got these little water jars here, and what you want to do is you want to take the water jar and throw it into the lava, and it ends up creating a platform, which is kind of like the ice arrows from Majora's Mask. Because, the ice arrows were useful in Majora's Mask, but they were completely unuseful in Ocarina of Time. They were so unuseful, you didn't even need them. Unless you really wanted to see that different animation from Bongo Bongo. Which I could have showed off, but I didn't really see a point to it. And yes, those platforms do end up disintegrating. And now it's time to meet a new enemy. Well, not really a new enemy. It's technically an enemy that has been in Link's Awakening. But it doesn't have the electric effect. Not this one anyways. This is a chew jelly. If it comes... Okay, really? You're not gonna... Thank you. Anyways, this is known as a chew jelly. Chew jellies have a unique spoil. They have, well, only two different ones. The red chew jelly and the green ones. The green ones is as obvious. And there's also a blue one, as you might have guessed. The red, blue, and green all have their respective attributes. Green ends up recovering MP, red ends up recovering a bit of health, and blue ends up doing practically both. And we got ourselves the first spoil from the bokoblins, the Joy Pendant. This thing is a very important item that you're going to need for a side quest later on. Now, we can't really get through this brick here, well, this wood, because we need to go ahead and actually use a bigger blunt weapon. Using the sword will allow us to be able to break through it. And we got ourselves some wonderful chew jellies here. You can do the spit attack too, even with the big giant sword, which I kind of find very, very interesting. It's kind of cute. It's kind of good. Kind of cute. Anyways, let's open this chest. And we get ourselves our other small key, because why the hell not? Which kind of ends up making you wonder what the hell is the point of putting the number on the on the bottom right screen if you can only carry if you're only going to be just carrying one. Now here's something that actually stumped me up before. I didn't know that you can actually throw a rock on these things and make them explode. So I kind of slashed at it like an idiot. I didn't know that that's what you're supposed to do. And I felt really, really dumb, and I blew myself up and fell into the lava. So yeah, that happened. Alright. Now we are in the second room of the area, but sadly we cannot get what's over there because we lack a specific item. Oh, I did not mean to get hit by such a very simplistic enemy. I'm taking all the chew jellies here because, well, who knows? I want to showcase what happens when you give that person the chew jelly item. Like, I can't really show it now because, well, we're in a dungeon. Also, these mob bokoblins will sometimes go ahead and come out of nowhere and, you know, try to attack you, but they're nothing. They're pathetic. Like, really, they're really pathetic. I'm like bumbling around like an idiot because I'm trying to get used to it. I'm trying to get used to the controls. Alright. Now let's continue forward into the outside world. The outside of Dragon Roost. Huh, I wonder what Link is looking at. No, seriously, what is Link looking at? Because there's nothing down there. Anyways, here is a nifty bridge area. I could showcase that you can also knock these guys. Well, you can just do that. Anywho, watch out for the lava spout that comes up. You'll know that it's about to spout out when, you know, it protrudes a bunch of little molted lava coming out of it. Got ourselves some new enemies here. Okay, nope, never mind. Wow, takes one rock to the face, and there goes its feather. That was the golden feather the guy was talking about. I'm gonna go ahead and put in the name of that enemy because I don't really remember its name. So, yeah, Texa, go! Yeah, I'm trying to be extra semi-professional, quote-unquote. Link, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to shimmy. Well, you kind of were shimmying. So yeah, those golden feathers, you're going to need them because if you end up collecting enough, you end up getting yourself a piece of heart. Now, Wind Waker is a very easy game in terms of what it does because it gives you enough to be able to survive. The enemy patterns are not really that overcomplicated. But, you know, this is a Let's Play. And I am going to try to mitigate as much backtracking as I need to be able to actually make it a smooth run. So don't worry. They got holes here for no apparent reason. I never noticed that. What is the point of these holes? I don't even know. It's a bit weird. Anyways, here's a block puzzle, which is about as simple as a 2-year-old. And you're done. Yeah, seriously, it's really that easy. If you really have such a complication of doing that, then I don't know what to tell you. Also, speaking of which, remember the oh. Yeah, here's the map. It's cool, right? I don't really know how to actually edit in the map on the screen, but, you know, I'll just have, like, the map there. Now, remember that the bait that I end up getting from Beetle? Yeah, these rats here, if you end up putting it right on the hole, they shall eat said bait. And we can go ahead and talk to them. Why are we able to talk to rats? I don't know. Now you can go ahead and end up buying an all-purpose bait or a hoi pear. We're going to actually buy a hoi pear because why the hell not? And when you do that, the rats kind of leave you alone. Like right here, the King of Real Lions is going to tell us that right now. Thieving rats annoying, they only rats. If you spread bait near their nest, they may share the stored treasure with you. And once you do that, they kind of leave you alone. They kind of leave you alone, quote unquote, leave you alone, because sometimes they don't. Sometimes they're assholes and they kind of still coming out. Well, most likely the only reason why that one came out is because it was still in the enemy phase. Now that I did that, now they won't bother me anymore. I like that. I like that there's ways to be able to interact with rats. You can interact with. Okay, well, you know what? We do have a talking red boat, so uh, eh, nothing too broad. Got ourselves a compass. Unlike in previous Zelda games, well, unlike in this one, in the original version, you have the map on screen. This one you don't. They kind of made it so that the entire screen is like wide enough. So because the map is supposed to be over on the left corner, but it's not because, HD. HD. We're actually making good timing with the dungeon. We're like in 11 minutes in. Well, the dungeon is not really that long to begin with. I'm going to take this jar and whack this stupid bird in the head. There you go. Such an easy way to kill that thing. I love that. Anyways, let's continue forward. Now in this room, we're going to be fighting some keys, but you can just ignore them. Like, I mean, seriously. I'm so glad that I can actually see in this area, because before I could not see nothing. But I do want to go ahead and see what that treasure has to offer. Now, the thing about these keys is that they're not like the keys from other Zelda games. Well, they're not like the keys in Ocarina of Time or in Majora's Mask, even though those were the same exact keys. They kind of wait a bit, they hover a bit, and then they go ahead and tackle you. Think of them as random ass Zubats. They wait for their chances. It's a random room. Just a bunch of keys. And we got ourselves another bridge area. And we got this. And we got this jar that I didn't really bother to go ahead and say anything about because I didn't really see a point to it. These jars are known as transportation jars because apparently these levels are long. And, well, they're a bit, well, not long, they're kind of large in a sense where, if you really want to go ahead and just transfer yourself into different areas, just in case you want to stop, but then again, you're already in the game, so why should you even stop? You're already in the dungeon, so you might as well just finish it. But some people, like, when you need to stop because parents and whatnot, then you have no choice but to stop. Those jars are your issue of transportation of halfway checkpoints, basically. I don't know why I couldn't just say that. Anyways, we got this room. The door was locked, and we got to go ahead and find hidden bokoblins that are hiding in the mists. Why are they hiding in jars? I have no idea. I sometimes don't like hitting the bokoblins in the back because they always get knocked on their butts, and they got like invisibility frames. What you want to do is roll into this so you can go ahead and let this bokoblin come out because he's hiding because he's a jerk. Come on, get up. Thank you. I do like how the enemies die in this. Actually, I'm trying to figure out how the enemies died in the other Zelda games. I know they had like some weird smoke animation. I know that. Alright. So be able to go now, we're gonna get our very first treasure chart. Well, not our very first treasure chart. It's gonna be one of the treasure charts. I'm gonna actually put up what this treasure chart number is, even though I should have also put the number in the last part when I end up getting that treasure chart. Don't worry, editing is going to be glorious when it comes to this game. So whatever this treasure chart number is, you'll be able to see it on screen right as I end up opening that chest. Anywho, I will go ahead and this is technically going to be one of those games where I'm literally going out of my way for stuff because, well, I like Wind Waker. I mean, mind you, playing the game as 100% is not really that interesting, but I am going to try to, mitigate as much of the tediousness. Now we got ourselves another new enemy, which I will also go ahead and put on screen what this enemy is. What you want to do, you want to actually parry that enemy, because if you try to attack it, it'll turn into a ball, and then you'll be forced to go ahead and deal with it more. Because if it ends up back in the lava, it'll just retract, and then it'll come back out in full force. No, it won't have any extra. It won't have any extra attacks. It'll just do the same exact thing as it did before, because it worked oh so well. But now we're in the last half, because if we see up there, we notice that how foreboding it is up there. That seems like the boss's area. Alright, so let's go ahead and just blow up this rock, because this will be the last transportation jar. Yes, every transportation jar ends up being, you have 3. Sometimes you have 2 in 2 specific areas. I think there's only like 1 level where the transportation jar is not even there at all, though. But there's a reason for that. But anyways, now it's time for us to go ahead and save Medley, because she kind of got captured. And there's Valoo there, and he seems to be having a very, very hard, difficult time. You want to go ahead and keep running up here, because behind you, the stairs are falling down. I did fall down there before when I first played the game, because I was an idiot. Oh, Medley. Why do girls and other random male characters get captured and Link must save them? Seriously though, why? I mean, wow, you missed terribly. Goodbye. Anyways, we took those guys down in Forsaken Fortress, but now we get to fight the ones that can trap you in jail, that can lock you away in jail. Say hello to the Moblin. Now the Moblin are by far the worst enemies, because first off, when you knock off their items, don't go near them. Because if you do, let's just say they have the tendency to literally bat slap you in the face. I would show that, but I don't like getting punched in the face. I could show a very unique animation that they make if you end up stabbing them in the butt. It's kind of funny though. I'll show that off, because we will be fighting more of the Moblins soon. It sucks though. I can't even get their spoils. Their spoils is around their neck. Medley, what's going down? Yes, I have came to rescue you. Some creature. Awful. Valoo's tail. That's why he's acting like that. Tail, into the room right below here. So it means that the monster is actually biting on his tail. Called it. It's like I played this game before. And now Medley's gonna give us something else. Device, before we evolve. Wings. Okay, can I ask you, like, one simple question? Why couldn't you give me this before? Like, why? Ugh. Even without wings, I can still grapple? You give me to haul things up from the seafloor while on the boat. Come up on the ledge and use your abilities to climb. Yeah, seriously, why didn't she just give us this from the beginning? If she had this with her, it's not like she found it or anything. And basically, she's teaching us how to go and use the grappler, but the game already teaches us that. Basically, you whip out your grappler. I was thinking I was playing with the Wii U pad. Oh yeah, something that's different in the HD version. You can move now. In the other version, you couldn't move. You kind of was stationary. But now in this one, you can move. So you basically just wrap around you technically are on the center. I should talk, oh no, Medley's gone. Oh well. I think in the original version, she actually says something. Yeah, you use the quote-unquote what the C-stick is now in this game to go ahead and target now. Before, you didn't do that in the original. You had to use the controller stick and not the C-stick. So it's a little bit of a change, but it's not a problem of a change. Sadly, though, we are kind of getting up to like the 20-minute mark, so I'm going to go ahead and end this episode now. And in the next episode, we're going to finish... you know what? Yeah, and because the other half is going to be a little bit longer. So, in the next episode, we'll be continuing on in the Dragon Roost Cavern, and we'll be finishing it up. Or, you know what? Oh. Hello. and saw you. You were kind of falling over. You know what? I'll keep going. I might as well just finish the dungeon because I don't want to go ahead and like make it 2 parts. I'm actually kind of sick of making dungeons 2 freaking parts. It's a really annoying process for me. Especially when the dungeon doesn't. Especially when the dungeon's not even that long to even begin with. Now you guys are probably wondering, how can we get down? It's a good thing my commentary doesn't become like stale when I'm doing these dungeons because I do like Wind Waker's dungeons much simplistic as it is. We need to go ahead and cut the bridge, and then we'll be able to go ahead and just knock it down. We shall open this jar and get ourselves another joy pendant. Even though I could have, I'm so stupid. We could have stole joy pendants from those 2 Pokemons that we fought. So yeah, I'm an idiot. And what you want to do here is you want to go ahead and spin attack all the... I hate when that happens. I mean, it is realistic, though, so... there is that. But, goddamn, that's annoying. There we go. And luckily enough, we are pros. Also, be careful. You might end up literally still hitting the lava even if you don't want to. I think the worst moment of getting hit by that lava is getting hit by the spire lava and then falling into the lava. I think that's the worst of the 2. Whoa. You know what? I have to be able to remember that I can do that now. That I can move and, throw at the same time. I don't know why they made it like that. By the way, this thing right here tells you what you are going to be doing in the boss fight. Take that into consideration. That's your only tip that you're getting. This room tripped me up the first time when I first played it. I did not know that you can stop the rope and turn around. I thought you were forced to go left, to go in one direction. I never knew that you can do this. So I was stuck in this room for a while until I had to read what the hell this item really did. I was stupid back then. Like I said, I sucked at video games back then. I couldn't even do anything about it. And here's the final room where we get our very precious, Master Ring. Master Ring? Boss Ring. Now, remember when I said that if you end up hurting these things, they'll end up curling into a ball, and if you end up throwing them in the lava, they'll uncurl? You basically need to use this to go ahead and press on the switch, because this switch is sensitive. Well, pressure sensitive, I should say. Well, not even pressure sensitive. It technically comes back up if you don't have anything on it. And you can destroy them when they're in that ball form. See? I'll show you. See? But the fire won't come back up because you already got the treasure in there, so it's not like it matters. And don't worry, they do respawn back for some odd reason. After a while, they respawn back. They won't spawn back now. Now this area is filled with fire keys, which I don't really understand. Where were they before? If you're wondering if there are any ice keys, there are. There are ice keys. Those are they're like they never really have electric keys though, which I would really love to see what an electric keys will look like. You know, just have like electricity coming out of them. That would be pretty cool. An electric thunder keys. Now that I think about it, is there even a Pokemon with electricity? I'm actually trying to figure it out. Okay, I can understand those guys being turned into fire keys because, you know, they were technically here the first time, but I don't understand why the ones that we didn't see keys in that other area. So, why did they turn into fire keys to begin with? Also, they really do try to come after you. Right back up the platform, go through the door, end up taking... Yeah, see? It's like the fire keys are just literally rampant in this place. I love it. Go away, though, because you guys are really not that interesting enemies. You guys are just keys on fire, which don't even look like fire to begin with. Oh, well, that was dumb. I hope that won't give me any bad repercussions. Please do not burn out. Okay, no, it's not. It's not going to work. Damn it. Oh, that was stupid. So let's try that again. Without fail. There we go. And now we can ride back on the platform. Even though you do kind of see like the cracks and whatnot, don't think that the brick will break. It will break after a while though, so yeah. Anyways, okay, we're gonna end the part. No, I'm kidding. Seriously, what the hell's the point of me ending the part? Like, we're kind of almost at the end threshold. Not only that, if I did end the part and continue the next episode, it would have been a really short episode in terms of me going through the room as quickly as possible and then just fighting the boss and then that's it. Ah, my nose is itching me. I hate it. Alright, guys. Now it's time to go ahead and take on the boss. Let's end up grappling one last time. It won't be the last time we'll be grappling. And the thing about Wind Waker, though, is that they don't really show you the boss's name. So I'm actually going to go ahead and edit in the boss's name because, well, I couldn't be damned to be able to remember it. And here's our first Night Crest. Night Cresses are only... These are spoils from another enemy, but we won't be seeing those enemies no time soon. So, yeah. If you need a fairy, you can have it. I don't need a fairy because I'm too pro. Anyways, let's end up unlocking the door and go fight the first boss. Alright, say hello to the first boss of the game. Except we can't really do anything about it because, well, you know, I can't really dodge that. Really? It looks like I could just literally just go past him. Now what you want to do is grab on Valoo's tail so you can end up dropping that gigantic rock on his head. Now you're probably wondering, why couldn't this rock end up falling from the beginning? Whenever this boss actually bites on Valoo's tail? Yeah, I have no idea. But, you know, also when this boss ends up coming out, he will end up having lava spouts that will come out. Those hurt. And they can damage you, so be careful. Oh, I thought we were about to go ahead and see me get hit. You do this 3 times, and then his armor will break. As you notice, though, is that this enemy looks awfully like the monster, those snake monsters that we facing. Well, those pincer enemies. I don't really know what to really even call them. Anyways, like I said, the enemy name description will be on that too. I'm not familiar with enemy names. Anyways, it's time for the... Whoa! Okay, never thought he would do that. Okay, no, he's doing it again. Okay, you're being a jerk now. Really? Come on. Valoo, you're killing me. Thank you. Wow, I have never seen him do that pincer attack twice. Alright, you know what? Screw you. Eat rock. It's super effective. You win. And after 3 rocks to the head, he ends up breaking his shell, revealing his weaker form. I say weaker form because, seriously? Hello. And that is it. To be honest, yeah, the boss is really not that simple. It's very simple. So I mean, you know, getting myself killed, well, hurt by its stupid pincer attacks. It's a pretty tameable boss. It's a pretty fun boss. And that is how we finish off the first boss of Dragon Roost Cavern. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We kicked your ass. We kicked your ass good. Also, here's something that not many people actually ends up mentioning, which I'm kind of sad for, and I kind of thought that most people will mention it. Well, even though I don't really blame them for not mentioning it. The sound effect that you hear for this wind is the same exact sound effect piece, or the same starting point sound effect that you hear for the last 5 hours in Majora's Mask. So yeah, that's actually pretty cool. I like that it literally makes the same exact sound effect. When I heard it the first time, I was like, wait a minute, that sounds so much like Majora's Mask's and Last End theme. I was like, cool. But we saved Valoo, guys. We saved him. He's so happy. I'm so glad we got to save the dragon. I feel so accomplished. Oh, damn it, he did it. Now I have no choice but to give him the orb. Yeah, suck it, cold Molly. And we're back. Yo, what's up? Yeah, you feel bad, don't you? Yes. Okay. Yeah, you did mistrust me. You don't want to be like me, trust me. No, because see, the difference is you grow wings. I don't. So, yeah, unlike you, you can fly. Me, I have to walk in. Well, I'm not even walking everywhere. I'm kind of sailing the seas. Whatever, we got the Dense Pearl, which, yeah, Den. I love that if you guys have played the Oracle of Ages Ages, the musical notes is exactly the same design as the pearls. Okay, sure. Use the wind, God's wind. Oh, that's what he's saying? No, I can't, I don't understand. I can't understand Highlandese. And yeah, that's actually what the, text is. It's Highlandese. I'm not a hero. I'm just a normal kid. Okay. It's weird though, but when we do see him again, he kind of ages a lot faster than I expected. It's kind of like we did a time skip or something. But anyways, guys, that is the end of Dragon Roost Islands and Dragon Roost Cavern in a nutshell. In the next part, got ourselves a new tingle. Let's see what we got. Anyone have a picture of Zappos or Cyclos? Okay, whatever. I don't know what that's all about. But anyways, I've been CCX, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next episode when we end up learning the Wind Gods, the Wind's Requiem, and then we'll be going into the next section for the next Pearl. See you all later. See yas.